Hey guys, welcome back to Deadman1010 and welcome back to LEGO Batman the video game, and welcome to the final video that I will do for LEGO Batman the video game and the final showcase that I will be doing for this game, unless I decide to do anything else in like years time. This is literally the home stretch, and on the last episode we took a look at Harley Quinn and I said some information of course about her. And you guys sorry about that guys, I thought I was going to sneeze, but yeah, you guys were very well received in that video. Like, you guys wrote some good little comments down. Like, I noticed that some person said that she or he loved Harley Quinn, so yeah, shout out to that person for putting the comment down on the video. But yeah, on the last episode we of course took a look at Harley Quinn, and now on today's episode we'll be taking a look at the one, the only, the Joker, but from but this is actually the Tropical Joker from the Killing Joke storyline and comic, and this is what he looks like. Doesn't really, it's not really true to the comic, guys, as in like the attire isn't, like, it's pretty much just a mishmash version of it, but as you can see, it has the top hat, it has sort of the beach kind of attire there with the torso with the camera and all that jazz. Well, first we've got to beat up these police officers, which there is so many of them. There we go. But yeah, so yeah, here it is. I think the closest it looks to is the tourist Joker mixed with the final confirmation costume or outfit. That's probably the closest it really resembles to any of the Joker attires in any kind of way. But yeah, so abilities that obviously this Joker has the guns, like basically everything that you would expect from the Joker in this game. So he has the electrical buzzer, he has the same jumping, singular jump, he has the deadly machine guns, he has the buzzer, which is obviously like that, and then yeah, that's basically it. And then obviously information about this Joker. Obviously this is going to be very, very dark and lore based, so get ready guys. So yeah, so the novel is basically apparently by Alan Moore, and I've never actually read the novel, but I have heard that it is incredibly graphic and dark, and I bet I've even referenced that in possibly a video in LEGO Batman 1 like in the past. But either way, it's incredibly dark and all that jazz. And yeah, basically what it's all about is Joker trying to prove a point to Batman that any like together person like Jim Gordon, like Bruce Wayne aka Batman, like Harvey Dent, shout out to the Dark Knight movie, can become sane after one bad day, which of course is pretty much where the old saying comes from. One bad day can relieve the sanest man alive, or well, woman alive, to lunacy. I believe that's what the saying is called. But anyhow, so that's what the big kind of key point of the comic is. And then other things that happen is Barbara Gordon, that is obviously Commissioner Gordon's Commissioner Gordon's daughter, who's of course, well, he doesn't know who's Batgirl, but obviously she's Batgirl and other things, and all that other stuff, ends up being shot and paralyzed by the Joker, and she's basically bleeding out on the floor while Joker and a bunch of folks, like, I guess this guy, decide to have basically champagne and all that other stuff. So that's all happening, and then Batman basically nearly loses his mind because he couldn't find the Joker, which naturally was in a fun house of all things, and that is the exact place where he basically tortures one Commissioner Gordon here, and basically shows some really graphic pictures to him of Batgirl, aka Barbara Gordon, and basically Joker, being the sane guy that he is, invites Batman to the carnival, and then basically tells his origin story and all this malarkey, basically, and basically how his origin went was, he was all kind of normal, like he had a wife, he was going to be a father, and sadly his luck was kind of down, and his job that he wanted to do was stand-up comedy, which ironically he was horrible at. And there's two reasons why that's ironic. One, because he wanted to do it, and then two, he would later become narrowly funny when he actually becomes the Joker, and, you know, goes on to have a villain history, well, superhero, supervillain history with Batman and all that other stuff. So you have that, and then there's other parts of his origins that relates to the gas that in some incarnations of his origin he ends up being thrown into, or Batman lets him go into, or he jumps into it, or there's a million and one ways that it went down. But in the end he jumped into the gas and made his skin go basically white, and then he ended up growing green hair and a rosy red lips, basically, and then was pretty much insane from here on out, and, you know, started killing people and all that other stuff. There was other people that were of course influenced by the Killing Joke. So you had so there's some parts of it that were influenced and referenced in the Dark Knight movie, because Heath Ledger, who played the Joker, God rest his soul, decided, well, basically his Joker kept changing his plans constantly, and you never really knew what he was gonna do. Like, he literally had you on the ropes every second of the film, and furthermore, Heath Ledger played it like his life depended on it, like, so much so that he was probably, that he might have been also method acting as well, which is never really a good thing when it comes to playing somebody like the Joker, who's basically a crazy person, and obviously crazy people like that, you would have to become a crazy person to really understand them, and based on that, I don't think much people really understood the Joker, other than maybe Harley. But then again, she wasn't all in it, when you think about it. So, so you had that, and then so Christopher Nolan and Tim Burton were influenced by the Killing Joke. There was so many people that were influenced by the Killing Joke, believe it or not, and yeah, it led to either the death of the family or the death in the family, where Joker basically tortures Robin, who's like a little kid, and basically tortures him with a crowbar. and basically beats him up to death. So that's what happens there. Basically, like a year later after the Killing Joke is, well, when it happens. And then other situations, I've heard that the novel is actually quite hard to read. Like people that have like dyslexia or whatever could have a real hard time in reading it. And I don't believe I've got dyslexia, so I don't know whether I would have a hard time in reading it, but either way, I've definitely heard that the comic is kind of okay, sorry guys, let me just... Sorry about that guys, I had a bit of hair on my mic, but yeah, where was I? So, yeah, I have heard that obviously that the comic is confusing for those people alone, and there is some graphic pages in it apparently, and so much so that it would give like younger kids nightmares or something. So there's that. I don't know whether necessarily that Joker may have like necessarily raped Barbara Gordon necessarily in that situation when he was taking pictures of her bleeding and all that other stuff. I'm not really sure. Maybe DC fans might just be reading too far into it, I don't know. But either way, there's that. And then and basically Joker's, well, out of luck before he comes to Joker. Like I said, obviously he has a wife, he's going to be a father, and obviously he tries to do stand-up comedy, which is something that he wanted to do, but failed at it. And basically he's more or less poor in most aspects alike. His costumes in Injustice Gods Among Us, a couple of them do represent the Killing Joke, and they are very true to the Killing Joke, unlike this costume that was kind of a mishmash fantasy version. And it's kind of dark that they even put this costume in the game with everything that I'm telling you here. And let's compare it to other ones, such as the normal Joker that actually is in this game. So there they are. Compare it to the one and only Batman. And before Batman goes into the carnival, Jim Gordon ends up telling Batman that, hey, you're better than this, I'm better than this, there's no way we're gonna be reduced to madness like he did, kind of deal, you know? So that's what he ends up saying. Comparison with Nightwing. And basically the writers or whatever basically decided on Batgirl getting paralyzed and all that stuff, and they really did not give a damn about her. Like, I can't necessarily quote what they said, but they were all like, shoot the, you know, like they really did not give a damn. And I don't necessarily know why on earth they don't necessarily give a damn about their characters in the slightest. But that's basically the case there. And anybody else we can compare him to? Nah. We could compare him to Batgirl, to be fair, but Batgirl obviously isn't around right now. So let's exit the level and we'll chat a bit more about it and, you know, that kind of thing. So naturally, it's very, very true to what obviously is The Killing Joke, the, of course, comic. There was a movie on it, like, a few years later after the K-Wings obviously talked about it, and K-Wing obviously wanted a Killing Joke movie, so naturally, because that's how time works, there was one. Okay, where the heck did the Tropical Joker go? That doesn't make any sense. That's weird. Where did the Tropical Joker go? That's very, very strange. Well, there's Killer Moth and Clayface, but that doesn't really help me. I need Tropical Joker. Okay, we're gonna have to go back on. We're basically gonna go on. I can't even speak words now. We're basically gonna go on to the level again because they give me Tropical Joker, obviously. So we're gonna have to go on to the level again just to get that Joker back, basically. But yeah, this Joker is obviously a mishmash kind of fantasy version, but the closest thing that it resembles, in my opinion, is his final confirmation costume of the Killing Joke and his tourist Joker basically combined. So that's the only thing that it's necessarily similar to in my book. But obviously that's my opinion. I would love to know you guys' opinions on the Killing Joke and all this other stuff related to the Killing Joke. And yeah, that's and another thing. Oh no, we got goons that are trying to, well, kill us. And yeah, basically, I can't even think what to say now. I feel like I've generally covered it, to be honest. Right, there we go. So it kind of proves, like, the Killing Joke in most cases is supposed to be Joker's origin story, because I mean, like, it does explain life before he came or became the Joker, and yeah, like I said, obviously he had a wife and was going to be a father, and yeah, he did everything for his wife. I think she was called Jeannie or something. I can't remember. But anyhow, so naturally he did everything for her, basically, loving her to death, basically, like any normal person would if, you know, you were in a marriage. So and another thing is, it kind of goes on about the origin of Batman in some cases, and it basically splits Joker and Batman right down the middle, because they both have or had tragedies, obviously, because Batman had his parents obviously shot in Crime Alley, both of them at a very young age, and naturally, because of that, that kind of gives a common cross on Joker and Batman, basically. Or basically, go away, goon. But yeah, on that note, obviously, like I said, it basically kind of leads them to each other in a sense, because obviously they both witnessed tragic events, because obviously Joker was involved in one where obviously he was thrown slash jumped slash, you get my point, but he ended up going into the gas thing either way, and obviously his face turned white, his lips were a rosy red, and then his hair was green, and then obviously it was insane from that point onwards. Oh boy. There. And developed a buzzer ray, like so. I don't know how he developed that, but that's the point. obviously. There's Killer Croc there. But anyhow, so you have that, and then the big thing is also the fact that the only thing that makes Batman and Joker really different is the fact that Batman used this tragedy for good, whereas Joker was completely insane from that point onwards and lost control and obviously became the Joker. And the reason why I referenced Harvey Dent in this video and referenced The Dark Knight is because, like I said, the Killing Joke was, a bit of it was inspired by The Dark Knight. I mean, not The Dark Knight. It was the other way around, my bad. It was The Dark Knight, a bit of The Dark Knight was inspired by The Killing Joke, and based on that, you had Joker, who was played by Heath Ledger, basically saying different plans and changing them non-stop. Like I said, putting you on the edge of your seat. And then furthermore, you also had Harvey Dent, who was going to be like this savior of Gotham, and then ends up having half of his face burnt off and then becomes Two-Face. So, and he was pretty much Gotham's golden boy before that time. So, based on that, that's why I referenced the Dark Knight movie. And of course, the 1989 movie also deserves a shout out for the goons that basically had like black suits and had a Joker logo. That's basically in reference to the thugs that Joker basically came across. Right, need to shoot these minions because they're being annoying right now. Right, there we go. So that's that. So yeah, so it's in reference to like I think the Joker in terms of like the thugs that he came across, and basically what ended up happening was basically he had to do a chore or something for those thugs, or his wife was obviously going to be killed. But in the end, that meant absolutely nothing because his wife got killed anyway for no apparent reason. So therefore, that drove Joker down a dark path and then became, of course, Joker. And basically the folks were all like, you can bury basically your broad tomorrow, and then basically do the chore in terms of for them tonight or whenever it actually happened. And ironically, when Joker and Batman would, well, not ironically because it isn't raining outside, but when Batman and Joker were talking, it was basically raining outside, and Batman was all like, I can still help you, but Joker was all like, basically, it's too late for that now. So yeah, he's basically lost all control and well, became the Joker that we all know and love today. So, and we all love to hate. So yeah, as you can see guys, everything that I am saying is true to the actual comic and, you know, the movies and, you know, all those other things. And furthermore, okay, Catwoman, can you not do that? But yeah, and furthermore, the only thing that isn't true to what I am saying is the costume that Joker has in this game. Because obviously, this is a mishmash fantasy kind of a version, basically. So, obviously, the closest thing that it resembles is naturally the Final Confirmation costume and the tourist one, but he also had a red hood one that he was disguised as for basically the thugs, and then Batman, I believe, jumps the Joker, and you know, they kind of talk it out in the rain and all that other stuff. So yeah, like I said, it's very true, as in everything that I'm saying to you guys is very true to the comic and all these other things. And yeah, it's very, very dark, and I hope you guys are okay with that dark thing in mind. This is like the longest showcase I have ever done for a character. We're on like 25 minutes, but yeah, if you guys enjoyed this episode, then like, comment, subscribe, share these videos. If it could go out to 40 likes, that'd be great, and yeah, ciao guys. And of course, just to bring a little bit of a light to the video, or a little bit of light into the video, after this video's obviously premiered and all that other stuff, we will be moving on to a new game, and that is Lego the Movie video game. So I hope you guys will enjoy that, but nonetheless, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, share these videos. If it could go out to 40 likes, that'd be great, and yeah, ciao guys.